A child is getting reprimanded behind me and I feel very uncomfortable. What's up, you guys? It's Adriana back again with another episode of what I would never buy in this store. We're going Costco edition. I'm gonna spare you all the details. We're just gonna go in there and I'm going to tell you everything I would not buy and also alternatives and what I would buy. Let's go. Hi, I'm Adriana. If you're new here, I'm 2.5 years prescription free. I changed my life and now I shop to keep myself healthy. How does it feel to be in there? First thing I would never buy in Costco or in general is Liquid IV. This brand is rebranded TRASH, okay? Liquid IV is nothing but added sugar and BS for your body when essentially the best electrolytes you can use to restore is sea salt, water, and lemon. That is nature's Gatorade. You don't need this bullshit. Put it back. Next thing I would never buy from Costco is any of their bread products or pastries. I know this is gonna be a heartbreaker for a lot of you, but when you pick up something as simple as their multigrain loaf, you turn it around and you read an extensive paragraph full of ingredients, including yellow corn. Corn is something that I have stopped consuming because it comes out the same exact way that it goes in, which means it's not being digested by the body. Plus, corn is known for GMOs and being sprayed with pesticides. With this flour in particular, the first ingredient is enriched flour, which if you've seen my other videos, I will link the Trader Joe's video here, but enriched is just another way to tell you that they have sprayed it with pesticides. It also includes brown sugar, and brown sugar says sugar and molasses. This is just not something that I'm looking to consume, and all of these breads have these really clever ways of distracting you from what's actually going inside of the product. The next thing that I would never buy from Costco is any of their large tortilla chips or prepackaged chips, snacks. I used to be, I promise you, a firm believer and lover of Cool Ranch. Yes, I'm a Cool Ranch girly. But after cleansing a couple years ago, I have never looked back. There is another short story of ingredients on this list. Not only does it have vegetable oil, which we all know that seed oils are not good for you. The first ingredient is corn, and I've now started this video with why I do not consume corn. Dextrose, malic acid, corn syrup, solids, natural and artificial flavors, plus artificial coloring, red 40, blue number 1, and yellow number 5. We do not want to consume literally anything that doesn't identify exactly what is in the product. If you cannot go into a store and find each of these ingredients on their own, then don't buy it. I know damn well you can't find red fucking 40 in here, so don't buy it. A lot of you are gonna hate this, but another thing that I would never buy in Costco is their Atlantic salmon. You don't want farm-raised salmon. Let me show you why. Farm-raised salmon is not actually this color. Farm-raised salmon starts as white fish, not on this packaging, but a lot of other farm-raised salmons, I'll try to show you over there, they add coloring to the feed to give it this color. If you're gonna get salmon, you want wild-caught sockeye salmon. Costco actually has a great selection of wild fish. So their flounder, I know they have wild-caught ahi tuna, and I know they also have wild-caught Chilean sea bass. These are all great options, and actually for the first time today, I see that they have deep sea red crab, which I love. You always want to check the ingredients, so flip it around, Atlantic red crab and salt, and that's it. Okay, just to talk about my point, when you get farm-raised salmon, we'll flip the ingredients around, and the ingredients are as such. Atlantic salmon, salt, and natural hardwood smoke, color added. It tells you right here that they've added color. If you do not add color to this fish would be white. Do not buy any farm-raised salmon. If you are going to eat salmon, buy wild-caught sockeye salmon. Next thing I would never buy at Costco is any kind of shredded cheese. This goes for anywhere. I can almost guarantee you there is a anti-caking agent in any shredded cheese that you buy, which essentially is just an additional unnecessary ingredient that they add for the convenience of pre-shredded cheese. You don't need this. You can shred cheese on your own. So anytime that there's cheese like this, plus if it's orange, that means they've added color to it, which is annatto. I've also talked about this in my Trader Joe's video. Do not buy pre-shredded cheese. There's always unnecessary ingredients in pre-shredded cheese. Next thing I would never buy in Costco is basically any of their pre-packaged meals. When you get prepackaged meals, a lot of the times they are not only packed with sodium, but they are packed with emulsifiers, preservatives, fake coloring, added sugar, shit that you don't need in your body. That does also go to the prepackaged goods in the fridge case that they do make here, but still, if you just want me to prove it to you, we have another extensive list, short story novella. Moving on. Unfortunately, I also would never buy pesto or any pre-made sauce or pasta from Costco. Here's why. You turn the label around, it's saying it's 100% imported Italian basil. You have to read, because as soon as you turn it around, it's telling you that the ingredients are a basil blend, and it involves sunflower oil, absorbic acid, citric acid. Nothing is gonna be making pesto on your own, and the convenience for me just isn't worth it. I'm really trying not to act out in this grocery store because I really have a personality for days, but I don't want to get kicked out of here. I also don't know if I should even be recording. Here's another thing that I would never buy, and it's actually this entire aisle pretty much of frozen foods. Anything that's frozen, packed with sodium, packed with emulsifiers, preservatives. You're looking at malic acid, citric acid, not just the freshly baked bread section, but also shelf-stable bread. If bread is shelf-stable, it literally is so fake, you don't even want to know how it's made. Dave's Killer Bread will kill you. This is one of my favorites. I would never in a million years buy Folgers. Let's actually talk to a barista.
It is artificially flavored with coffee. There's different grades of coffee beans that you use, and for example, like Starbucks and these brands, they only use the top tier, and Folgers uses the bottom tier only, which means like rats are running around on the beans and stuff, so it's no bueno.
Coffee's also so known for growing mold. That's why I like to buy coffees that are mold tested and mold free. We can't obviously get that all the time, but Folgers is an absolute not. Hi, the next thing I would never buy in Costco is any of their cereals, with the exception of one, and I will show you that when I get home. This in particular, Apple Jack, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cheerios, no good for you. And even this morning summit everyone keeps raving about, I'm sorry, but this is just not it, and I'll tell you why. Yes, it's almonds and whole grain wheat and organic maple syrup, but they're not telling you that they're adding sugar to it. They're not telling you about the dried sweetened cranberries, because yes, it's dried sweetened cranberries, but there's ingredients within that product that they then list, which would be cranberries, sugar, and glycerin. We don't want that. Same thing with the cherries. There's Corn Bran brown sugar syrup. We don't need that. You just don't want any of this, guys. I'm telling you, the moment you cut all these things out of your life, the better you're gonna feel, the healthier you're gonna be, promise. Next thing I would never buy from Costco's is Skippy peanut butter or Jif peanut butter. I'll tell you why. If it's not separating, you don't want it. Roasted peanuts, sugar, hydrogenated vegetable oil, contains one or more of the following: cottonseed, soybean, rapeseed oil to prevent separation, and salt. Unnecessary. You don't want it. You don't want it. Next thing I would never buy from Costco is Morton salt. This woman with the umbrella, it's raining on her for a reason. She doesn't know what good salt is. There's anti-caking agents in this salt, and also it's not sea salt. The only salt that you should be consuming is Celtic sea salt, or just sea salt, or pink salt. This is the reason why salt gets a bad rep, and this is not what you want to be ingesting. Costco and all of its seed oils that it decides to carry, you don't want any of these. They will just make you sick. They kept me sick for 9 years of my life, and I can attest to that. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a professional, and through trial and error, I understood why seed oils were keeping me sick. My immune system was down, and they really messed with my head, and I'm telling you, when you cut them out of your life, you'll by default cut out a ton of ultra-processed foods, breads, cheeses, pre-marinated things, pre-made foods, and you'll start to understand why they keep you sick. Don't buy those. I would never buy Pam from Costco. I would never buy Pam from anywhere. Here are the ingredients: canola oil, coconut oil, palm oil, soy lectin, prevents sticking, dimethyl silicone, anti-foaming agent. You could literally use butter, avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, tallow, ghee, any of the above over this. And then it says no artificial preservatives, flavors, or colors. Okay, guys. The actual processing that canola oil goes through before it's labeled canola oil, it's bleached, it's deodorized, it looks disgusting, and if you see a video of it, you'll never want to eat it because it's garbage. Okay, I will meet you back at home to tell you what I would buy instead. And we're back to regular scheduled programming. I am now going to show you all the things that I did buy and my personal approved items for purchase at Costco. I find that sometimes Costco doesn't always have this. Their grass-fed ground beef is great for the price point, especially now because grass-fed and regular beef are kind of on par to be costing the same. So why not get grass-fed if it's the same price point? There's 3 packs here. They slap every time. They're over £1 each. The ingredients are just beef. Okay, Costco's organic chicken. I opt for this in the tenders because I hate thick chicken breasts, but also they don't have pasture-raised chicken really of any kind. So I do opt for the organic. You can come at me and say that it doesn't make a difference. I know that they're eating organic feed and they're probably still getting corn and soy, but this is just what I buy and this is what keeps me healthy. So this is what I like to get. It's the pink package. Be careful, there's another pink package that is not organic and it's just a different cut of chicken. So keep an eye out for that, but this is the organic tenders. Oh, these are the organic tenders. This is the first time that I've ever seen this. This is deep sea red crab that is already shelled pretty much, so you're just getting the meat. The only ingredients are crab and salt. Going back to my point about wild caught fish, you always want wild caught fish. You don't want farm fish. You don't know what they're getting fed. A lot of times there is color in the feed and they're not as nutritionally dense as a wild caught fish would be. One of my all-time favorite brands that I found during cleansing is Siete. They make tortilla chips, tortillas. They make like taco seasoning, salsas. They make cookies. They are such a clean brand. I think they just got bought out by, of course, a bigger company, but that's neither here nor there. For now, I am going to be a loyal customer. So the almond flour tortillas are the only ones that Costco has, but they also make cassava flour tortillas and they make chickpea flour tortillas. These are awesome. Yes, there is xanthan gum in these, and normally I'm a big proponent for no gums at all, but these are one of my tried and trues, and I will not give these up. Second thing by Siete are their tortilla chips. They are fire. They also make a dip chip, which is a circle that don't contain chia seeds. If you have a seed allergy, these do have chia seeds in them, so you have to be careful about that. Otherwise, they are so clean. It's just a cassava blend, cassava flour, cassava starch, avocado oil, coconut flour, chia seeds, and sea salt. As clean as it could possibly get. Hi, mister. Wow. Moving on, we're talking about beets. I know a lot of you guys don't like beets. I made a salad with beets. I will make you like beets. Click this. You can find my 2 salads 2 ways. My beet burrata salad is actually to die for. Organic beets, they're already boiled. They're already peeled. All you have to do is take them out of the package. This comes in a pack of 3. So this is absolutely approved for moi. Since we're talking about produce really quickly, when you go into the refrigerator, Costco varies in what they have every time. Whatever's organic, I'm always buying. I don't know if you've been turned on a wild brine yet, but let me do you a favor. This sauerkraut is the best sauerkraut. It is so simply made. It is delicious. If you like sauerkraut, it's great for your gut. I'll read the ingredients: sea salt, organic garlic, organic green cabbage. You can't beat this for this size. If you go to any other grocery store and try to buy this, not only is it 1/4 of this size, but it is $1 less than what I paid for this big thing. 1,418 grams. You could do the math. Let's move on to prepackaged foods. Dried mangoes, this one only, the Kirkland brand only, is the one that you can buy, because if you look and note, a lot of dried fruits will have added sugar. We don't want that. These are sweet enough as it is. You turn around, organic dried mangoes, the only ingredient, they're organic. If you look at a bunch of other brands, they're cheaper, but they have added sugar. Why do they do that? Because they want to bribe you with the price point so you could pay less for groceries now and more for healthcare later. Take it from me, I've experienced it. I actually had a comment on Instagram where this girl was like, please, you're like 5 years old. Okay, 5 years old, I am young. I am really young actually for the amount of prescription drugs that I was taking for 9 years of my life. And proud to say, I'm nearing my 3-year mark of being completely prescription free. That is my biggest flex. I stand by that till this day. I will tell you right now, the reason that I was sick, the reason my immune system was so low, the reason that I was mentally not stable was because of the things that I was eating and not incorporating a mindfulness practice in my life every day or frequently. Continuing with prepackaged foods. Hi, buddy. This is my dog Brixton. If you haven't met him yet, he's my cutie angel baby boy lover mans. He's gonna live forever. I love him so much. I talked about not buying any cereal from Costco except this kind. Costco recently started carrying 7 Sundays. I stand by this cereal. They have multiple flavors. This one is one of my favorites. It is the chocolate, and here are the ingredients. I will list them out for you. Tapioca, sunflower proteins, dates, coconut oil, Dutch cocoa, coconut sugar, vanilla extract, sea salt. You could find all of these things individually that you could go and pick up in the store and make this yourself hypothetically. Another cereal-ish thing is Pure Elizabeth. I've never seen this at Costco, so I had to grab it. A bag, probably a third of this size at Mom's or Sprouts or any of your other typical grocery stores. This was $11 and they charge $11 for a third to a quarter of this size. This is just original salty sweet, which I've never had. I'm a sucker for the blueberry and I really like the chocolate peanut butter too, but I've never had this. I expect great things. This is a great brand, and actually I follow her on Instagram and she just seems like a very down-to-earth, relatable human being. This really isn't too important, but I will say that this entire thing of Saigon cinnamon was $4.99. I ran out of cinnamon today, so this was a sick buy. Not that this technically relates, but instead of getting liquid IV, I decided to get creatine. I've heard great things about it. I've heard great things about muscle recovery, assisting in brain function. I'm really excited to try it. This is very clean. It's just creatine. It's unflavored. There's no BS in it. I will let you guys know how it is. These are the types of things that you should be buying, unflavored and one ingredient only, especially if it's collagen, creatine. This raspberry preserve is to die for, and there's not a single bad ingredient in it. Listen, I make my own preserves. I make my own jelly, but this got the seal of approval from me. I will read you the ingredients. Here's why I love it so much. Raspberries sweetened with dates, chia seeds, lemon juice, fruit pectin, rowan berry extract. That's it. Anything that is sweetened with dates is a win by me. Anything that's sweetened with maple syrup is a win by me. And most times anything sweetened with coconut sugar is a win by me. We do not do processed sugar in this household. No. Speaking of sweeteners, tried and true maple syrup. Once again, for the price point, this is one of my favorite things to buy at Costco. It's large, it's in charge. I sweeten my coffee with this. I make my jams, my syrups with this. This is the only sugar other than honey normally that I use for anything at all. I think this is like 13 bucks. A small one of these at a grocery store is like 13 bucks. So get it at Costco. Last but not least, we're moving on to our fats. I know I took a big fat shit on all the oils in Costco, but I'm here to say there are answers for you. Kirkland's grass-fed butter has now won in my book because Kerrygold butter is more expensive than this and they are exactly the same. Grass-fed butter is all I consume. I don't want any BS in my butter. As for olive oil, this one is a great option. The gallons I tend not to go for because they're sourced from multiple European countries. I'm a single origin girly. This is organic and from Tunisia, I believe. There's 2 in here, and for the price point, you just cannot beat it. Or any single origin olive oil from Europe is a great answer. And I know I said don't buy Pam. This is your alternative to Pam. This is 100% pure avocado oil. This is the best way to use an oil if you don't want to pay for extra virgin organic olive oil or butter or tallow. I do want to note that Costco just recently started carrying a huge container of beef tallow. I have not bought it yet because I have some, but I will say it's clean, and anyone who wants to try it, I want to stay in the know. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried it or bought it and how you like it, what you make it with. I forgot about the best thing of all. La pasta. This is the one to buy. There's no twirly pasta. These are a pack of stabbing pastas. The orange and the green pastas are colored with organic spinach powder and organic carrot powder. Other than that, these are 100% durum wheat semolina. I will not buy any pasta that has any other ingredient in it unless it's eggs. Pasta is known, especially cheap pasta like Barilla, is known for adding so much bullshit to your pasta. There should be nothing to your pasta other than durum wheat semolina, water, and eggs maybe, or salt. That's it. This was a grand slam. That concludes this episode of what I would never buy at X grocery store. Today we did Costco. If you want to watch my Trader Joe's video, I will link it right here. Sprinkle some salt onto that subscribe button, comment down below, give me your favorite recipes. If you want to see what I cook with some of these things, you can check out my playlist here at Bitch in the Kitchen. All my episodes are under this playlist. I will see you guys next time, and let me know what else you guys want to see. This is the angle of me before I healed myself. Bottom of the barrel.